on, definitely type in the comments, say what's up. I'm gonna get rocking and rolling here in just a moment. Again, my name is Antonio Thompson from AntonioRThompson.com. I'm here in my home office here in Brooklyn, New York, and today this is the Trailblazer Group Coaching, but I'm opening up to everyone. If you do have questions, put them in the comments below. I will respond to marketing questions, mindset questions, prospecting questions, closing questions, whatever it is. Just put them in the comments below and I'll get to them. But I did select a topic for today, which is how companies actually remarket to you, right? So do you feel like Amazon.com or any store you visit is kind of stalking you? So I'm going to show exactly how they do that on Facebook. So not seeing any questions or anything coming in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share my screen and show you some stuff on Facebook paid ads. But if you do have questions, put them in the comments below. All right, let me go ahead and share this screen. All right. You should be able to see my my desktop now and my face too. Again, if you do have questions, put them in the comments below because I may not be able to see them while I have the screen going on. All right, so let's talk about remarketing and retargeting, and if those phrases or terms or words don't mean anything to you, I'll explain in a second. But have you ever felt like you're being stalked online, right? Where you go, maybe you go to Amazon.com, you look for a book, or maybe you go to Best Buy, you go look for a new stereo, and you come back to Facebook and you see that exact same ad. Anybody can relate to that? You may have seen that where you go to one website and you come back to Facebook and see the exact same ad on Facebook. Have you seen that? Just comment and let me know that you know what I'm talking about. There's a little delay, but let me know that you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you've seen it. But what that is basically Facebook allows for websites and businesses to install code on their website that allows them to track their visitors, right? They can track who's visiting their website. They can track, the activity that they do on the website, the actions that they take. So if they buy a product, if they become a lead, Facebook, allows companies to track that and get that information. And so I'm going to share with you this evening how you can actually do that for your business and how companies are doing that. So, and if you don't have, the Facebook Pixel installed, I'm going to show you where to get it and how to install it very quickly. Basically, it's some short code that you'll put on your website. But the point of it, and the purpose is to track people who visit your website, people who visit any pages that you may want to at some point in the future market to using Facebook paid advertising. Now, Google also has a very similar pixel that you can use as well, but I'm only going to talk about Facebook right now. So you can see my screen. So I'm going to go and go to the ads manager. So if you haven't run an ad before, you might have to set this up. But I'm going to go to manage ads. Actually, let me go to home. And we're going to click on the ads manager. And what we're going to do is we're going to check out the audiences, and that's where you actually create these different groups of people who may have visited certain pages of your website, or Facebook has also allowed you to create audiences based on people's engagement and activity on Facebook, which is pretty cool. So let's dive in, and I'm going to show you how you can create different audiences. Again, if you do have questions about anything, not just about Facebook retargeting and how to stalk people on Facebook, but if you have questions about marketing, mindset, anything, just put them in the comments below. So we're going to go to the Ads Manager here, All Tools, and we're going to go to Assets. We're going to click under where it says Audiences. We're going to open that up. And this is where you're going to create audiences. Audiences are basically groups of people that you may want to target, right? And so I've got a couple different audiences here in my ads account, but I'm going to show you how to create an audience. If you have questions, I have to put them in the comments below. If you have questions about other marketing stuff, prospecting, closing, mindset, just to put them in the comments below and I'll get to them. But to create an audience, you basically just go to create an audience, custom audience. We're creating a custom audience, and we can create audiences based on a variety of criteria, right? You can create audiences based on a customer file, meaning if you have a email list or you have a list, you can actually import that list into Facebook. And Facebook, if their email address is in Facebook, Facebook will classify all that information into a custom audience where you can then actually market to them using paid advertising. There's also website traffic, which means people who visit your website or specific web pages where you have the Facebook pixel code installed can be classified and categorized into a custom audience. App activity, if you have like a application, you can track and categorize people who've taken some kind of action on that particular application. Now, this fourth part on how to create an audience is something new. You see new here. Basically, this allows you to create lists of people who've engaged with your content on Facebook, meaning they could have watched a video, they could have clicked on one of the lead generation ads and not fill out the form, right? You can actually create new lists based on people's engagement on Facebook, right? And so let's look at, I'm not going to talk about customer list because that's pretty straightforward, right? You basically upload your email list to Facebook. I'm going to talk about the website traffic, right? And this is very, what's up, Wes? What's going on? Website traffic, right? And so this is one of the key ways that companies retarget to you and remarket to you, and something that you can do in your business if you're, selling a product, providing value, whatever it is. You can track people who are visiting specific pages of your website and then hit them with an ad that's relevant, right? So let's go to website traffic. And so here is the pixel ID, right? You want to make sure, let me go down here first to the settings bar. You have to make sure that this pixel code here, I'll click on it, this pixel code is installed on the pages you want to track and manage, right? So if you have a blog, making sure this code is in the head of your website code. If you have capture pages, making sure this pixel code is installed on your website and your capture page so you can actually track the viewers to that page and visits to that page. So let's go back. Let me create an audience. So let's say we wanted to create, and you have different options here, right? You can create an audience based on anyone who visits your website. You can do one based on people who visit specific web pages. You can do one on people who visit specific web pages but not others. You can do one on people who haven't visited in a certain amount of time, right? You can do also combinations of things. And so what I'm going to show you is basically how to track people who visit specific web pages. So I'm going to go there, web pages, and I'm going to only URL equals, and I'm going to find a URL. Give me 1 second. Let me find, I'm going to grab a blog post I wrote today, and I'm going to grab the URL for that blog post. Give me 1 second. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and grab this URL. I'm going to come back and paste it here. So I only want people who visited visited this particular link. And the last, you can do it, you can go as far out as 180 days, but this was just posted today. So I'm only going to do 30 days. And I'm going to call this Antonio's blog post, Make Money with Social Media. I'm going to go ahead and create the audience. Now, Facebook is going to go out there and grab people who visited this page or this particular blog post today, right? It's going to take some time for Facebook to find the audience, but that's what's going to happen. So now that I have this audience here, I can now create an ad to this particular blog post. If I go to the blog post here and open it up, let's see what will open up. If I open it up, if I have an offer here, which I don't know what this is, skip. So here's a blog post here. Now, if I were to, want to run an ad to people who visited this blog post, what I would run an ad to is to the offer that's in this blog post, right? This is the blog post for today, and people who may have visited this post, they were, I think, targeted, or the offer was a webinar tonight. There's also an Aweber link in here, so I may target them with, maybe this blog post thing, this I don't know what that is. This 3-part video series, Ray Higdon thing. I may retarget them with that, right? So I could run an ad now to this audience here, and I'll show you an example right here. I'll create ad just as an example. If I create an ad, just very quickly, I want to go for conversions. If I create an ad very quickly, do a quick ad, show you where it shows up, and I hit continue. If you do have questions, put them in the comments below. I'll definitely get to them. If you have specific, any questions about, marketing, unrelated to this, that's totally fine. Just definitely put them in the comments. I'll get to them. And so you'll see here that with this ad, I now can select custom audiences. If I go here, I'm going to type in Antonio. It's right here. Antonio's blog post, Make Money with Social Media. Now I'm going to select that audience. Now I can actually run an ad directly to that audience, that audience who visited that particular blog post, right? So I can offer them, the same offer that's in that blog post or anything else I want to share with them. So that's what you can do with custom audiences. Let's go back to custom audience. I want to show you something else too. Again, if you have questions, about marketing, mindset, prospecting, anything, just put them in the comments. I'll get to them. Definitely want to answer your questions, but just thought I'd show you some cool stuff with retargeting. The other thing with custom audiences, I'll go back to custom audiences. So I showed you how you can upload a list. You can track people who visit your website or specific pages. Engagement on Facebook. This is a cool one, right? So if I go to engagement on Facebook, this is going to create lists or custom audiences based on people who've taken some sort of engagement on your Facebook page. Maybe they watched a video, maybe they opted into a lead ad, or opened the lead ad form but didn't complete it. Maybe they opened your canvas on Facebook. Maybe they interacted with your page on Facebook. This is very new. And so if I wanted to do a video, for instance, I can create a video custom audience. And this will be based on, I've got, let's see, if I did this based on people who viewed, let's say 50% of my video. And I'm going to choose a video that I have running. Let's see. I want to find that one from September. The video I'm running from September that's getting me lots of views that I want to, what day was that? Here it goes right here. This is the video I want to track. right? So 8,810 views. September 18th. Hit confirm. So now it's going to pull for me all the all the people who viewed 50% of this video, right? So I'm going to go here and type in, this is called viewers video views. I'm going to name this video views Olympic video. And I'm going to add a description, people who viewed 50% of the, sorry, that's my dog barking, Olympic video. All right, so I'm going to create the audience. So now Facebook's going to, scour results and interaction and pull for me the people who've actually viewed this video, 50% of this video. So let's go to next. So I'm not going to create an ad yet, but I'm going to hit done and give it a sense. So Facebook's saying it's too small, but give it some time. It will get larger, because I think 8,000 people have seen that video so far. So that's one thing you can do with the custom audiences, right? With the engagement. The other thing you can do is you can track people who, let's say you had a lead generation ad running, and you want to see, who may have opened it, or who opened it but didn't complete the form, right? So if I click on this, and I'm going to select the lead form. Let's go with this Instagram training form that I did. And we're going to say anyone who opened it but didn't submit the form, because I want to put that ad back in front of them. So I think you can only do 90 days as a max. Yep. So I'm going to say people, Instagram lead gen ad unopened. Right, unopened, right? And then so I'm gonna just call this people who, they opened it but they didn't submit. Add no submit. People who opened the lead gen ad, Instagram lead gen ad, but didn't submit. All right, so now I create a custom audience for all the people who visited the ad or opened it up, but didn't put their name and email address into the form. Right, so now I can retarget them as well with something else. Maybe I target them with a different ad or a different information, or with the same ad again, saying, "Hey, I saw you open the ad, but you didn't submit your form. Do you really want to, build your business or get leads for your business using Instagram? Click here to grab it," whatever it is, right? So you can do that again, retargeting people who took an action but didn't go all the way through the process. Some other things. Let's see what we got here. We got engagements is pretty cool actually, and page engagements. Let's do that. So we can target people. This is pretty powerful actually. People who actually engage with your page, right? So it can be everyone who engaged with your page, anyone who visited your page, people who engage with any post or ad, people who clicked on any call to action button, people who sent a message to your page, people who saved your page or any post. Now, I would, maybe start out by running um, an ad to people who visited my page, maybe a likes ad. Maybe I'll do something with people who engage with my post to get some engagement interaction. Maybe I'll create a status update, maybe saying, "How can I help you?" and target people who engage with a post on my ad on my page. So you can do a variety of different things. So I want to get a sense of people who visited my page in the last year, right? In the last year, people who visited my page in the last year. So people who visited my page in the last year. People who visited page in the last year. Why doesn't it let me create the ad? Let me name this. Page visits. That's odd. I'm not sure why it's not letting me create this this audience. That's weird. Let me go back. Let's see. Maybe the problem there. Nope. That's strange. Not sure why it's not allowing me to do it, but am I missing something? Well, let me do that one, but not this one. Okay, here we go. Okay, just a little glitch in the matrix. It should work now. Cool. Next, done. So now it's gonna take some time to pull this. It said 30 minutes for the video views, so it's gonna take some time for it to pull the information. But you can see how powerful it can be. You know, if people are viewing your stuff, if they're engaging with your content, but they're not taking action, you want to stay in front of them. And a great way to do that is continue to retarget them with other stuff, right? If they've clicked on this Instagram lead generation ad, but they didn't submit the form, put it back in front of them again. The more times they see you, maybe you don't put the same ad, maybe you put some value in front of them, right? Maybe you put a blog post in front of them that says, you know, how to get 3 to 5 leads on Instagram. And it's a blog post talking about how to get 3 to 5 leads on Instagram. And then the call to action is the same Instagram cheat sheet or Instagram training, right? So being very creative with your ads and making sure that you stay in front of your audience is going to be critical and very important to, you know, building a large business brand, but also a business online. So that's some things with the custom audience. Now, what you also can do, I'm giving you some golden nuggets tonight. So if you're on here tonight, you're getting some powerful and awesome stuff here. The other thing you can do is, you know, as Facebook pulls together these audiences and, you know, they pull them together, you can create lookalike audiences, which means, you know, you can create another audience based on people who have similar characteristics to the people who you just created an audience for. I probably didn't explain that correctly, but let me try it again. So let's say for this particular audience here, the video views for the Olympic video, I can create an audience that looks like that audience and also target them as well, right? Although this is still loading, so I'm not going to be getting the kind of results that I want right now. But if I scroll down on this page here, and let's say I choose, let's say we choose this one, right? And my network marketing fans, right? If I choose that, it's about 3,500 people, right? The size of that audience, and this is a saved audience, right? This is people who like me and like my page, and who live in Australia, Canada, UK, and New Zealand, United States, and have an interest in multi-level marketing, network marketing pro, or direct sales. Now I can create now a lookalike audience that Facebook will go out there and find people who have the same sort of criteria and interest as this audience here, and you'll see that they'll pull more people in for me. So this is a great way to continue to build my audience. So if I go to lookalike audience here, and I'm gonna, oops, what did I just do? I don't want that. I'm gonna create a lookalike audience, and I'm gonna get this based on Antonio's. Where is it at? Where is it at? Antonio. Actually, I don't think I can do it with the saved audience. That's not cool. Let me just double check. I don't know if I can do it saved audience. It's only with like custom audiences. Okay, I misspoke. So you can do lookalike audiences with the custom audiences, right? So if I go ahead and pull up, let's go with my blog visitors, right? Let's try that. And I'm going to create lookalike audience based on people who are similar to people who visited my blog. And I'm going to target people in the United States and Canada. Let's do that. United States. That's the United States. That's fine. And so estimated reach is about 2 million, right? So audience size about 2.1 million. What kind of advanced options do they have here? 1%. Okay, that's fine. So I can create a custom audiences based on people who visited my blog, and I'm only going to choose one audience here. And we're going to create lookalike audience. Facebook's going to pull information from their databases and create audience members that look exactly like people who visited my blog. And so, not ready yet, but this is going to pull people who have similar uh, characteristics, qualities as people who like my blog. Any questions about this stuff? Any questions about like um, marketing, prospecting, lead generation, closing, more ad stuff? Um, this is cool stuff. I find this very fascinating with like the lead gen stuff. Uh, Not seeing any questions coming in. Let's see. So I can show you something else with some ad stuff. Um, you could also save your audiences here. Like if you create an audience, like I have saved audiences here that I use very frequently. So like for my fan page, I've got lots of people on my fan page, but I'm really only targeting about 3,500 of them um, that have an interest. Like they're in the five English-speaking countries. They also match the interest, multi-level marketing, network marketing, direct sales. That's what I'm going to show you here. Mm, let's see. Any questions? The other thing is that you can use. I'll talk about the audience insights here too, because that's useful as well. Um, the audience insights is uh, a good tool to create new audiences. Wes asks, at what point do you start drilling down on your ad results to get maximum leverage on your ads? Great question. So I'll typically let an ad run for about 3 days, and then I'll take a look at what's happening with the ad. And I'll give you an example. Um, yeah, that's how you get into more, Facebook ad optimization, right? So I let the ad run for at least 3 days or until like it reaches about 300 to 500 views, and then I'll start to drill down on the ad. So, for instance, you'll appreciate this, Wes, because I'll show you the ad we'll be working on together. I told you I had to shut it off because I couldn't keep up. But come on, computer. Where is it at? Um, Give me 1 second so I can find that ad. There it goes. Okay. So this ad here, the Instagram ad we've been running. I should shut this ad off. The other went off. So with this ad, I'm basically I'm targeting network marketing companies with this particular Instagram training. Um, I've spent about 215 bucks on this particular ad, generated about 115 leads. Right, okay, so right here, 115 leads, right, for a cost of about $1, so $1.85, right? And so I started this in October, just testing it out. It went from 170 to 114, $1.14, down to $1.34, I think, here per result. Then I started running again in November. But if you scroll down, you can dive into the ad a little bit closer, right? The different variations of the ad. And so for some audiences, it looks good, right? So like for Rodan and Fields, I was targeting 36 leads. It reached 2,366 people. I spent $1.03, right? So if I dive into that ad though, if I open it up some more, and I scroll down, you'll see, it's 36 leads. Again, 2,366 reach, $1.03 per lead, $37 spent, relevancy score of 10. Now, if I drill down to the breakdown a little bit more, I'm going to go into the age range and see, if there are any, sweet spots of this ad, right? Because I want to find out where am I getting my cheapest likes, right? Or not likes, but cheapest leads. So if I go to the breakdown here, you'll see that 65 plus not happening here. So I reduced that size. But my cheapest uh, leads are coming from 18 to 24, 25 to 34. Anything under $2 is great. And 55 to 64. So for this particular audience, I decided to keep it running for 18 to 64-year-olds because the lead cost was less than $2. So I kept this running for this particular audience. Well, it's not running right now, but when I was running it only for 18 to 64-year-olds. Right? If I go to another ad, I'll show you how that's running. By the way, I'm going to be doing a Facebook ads mastermind very soon. If you want to, get some information about that, let me know, and I'll shoot you some information about that. But just Facebook ads mastermind, I'm trying to, help people with their ads, set them up and stuff like that. So if you look here, this is a good one actually. Herbalife. So I was targeting Herbalife. Oops, moving too fast. Where did it go? Yeah. So targeting Herbalife, and I was spending $2.23 per lead. So you can see here, 18 to 24-year-olds, $2.81, 25 to 34, $4.09, 35 to 44, $2.41. So what I would do here, and what I did do, is I actually shut this ad off and changed my age parameters and only targeted people between 45 and 64 because I was paying $1.24 and $1.92 for a lead. So I basically optimized this ad to get more lead for less money. And I think the relevancy score was like a 10 still. You can't see it here. So that's one instance. And you see the reach here, right? So I reached about 2,000 people and spent $31. If I scroll down here, this is Arbonne again. So like 18 to 44-year-olds are the sweet spot. Anything over 45, not happening. So I would edit this ad to only target 18 to 44-year-olds, right? Let's go down some more, and we got Zija. Zija. Again, it looks like here the sweet spot was 35 to 44, right? 35 to 44, $1.84. So I would keep it there, and I would just I wouldn't even worry about the 55 to 65 plus. DoTerra, right? Let's skip that. DoTerra, 18 to 24, $1.37. I think I would run this a little bit longer because it only reached 825 people so far. I'll run it a little bit longer, but I think that sweet spot will probably be 35 to 44. That's where I would cap it at, unless this 1824 gets a little bit up more. But I would probably stick around this 35-44 area because it's 86 cents, and 25 to 34, $2.01, not so much. Lavelle. Where is it at? Lavelle. So Lavelle. Verdict is a little bit still out on this one. $2.04 for a lead. I would probably shrink this. Well, not really. Yeah, I would shrink this down to 18 to 64 and let it run for a little while longer so I can see where the sweet spot is. It looks like it's going to be somewhere around 35 and 64, but we just have to run it to see. Keep it running to see. And then it works. So it works. It was pretty low to begin with, and then it went up. So I shut it off completely, right? I'm not going to spend $5 for a lead. That's just way too much. Anything over $2 is too much to spend for a lead. And then Shakely, yeah, I didn't let this run long enough. I just shut it off because I just didn't let it run long enough, and I had too many leads to call, and I'm still haven't gotten through my leads yet. So that's what I would do, Wes, in terms of monetizing, or not monetizing, but optimizing your ads. So 3 days roughly, you should be able to get a good sense of your leads. The only thing I'll say, and you can see that with the Shakely ad, the audience is much smaller than some of the bigger ones, right? When you get more small companies, it takes a little bit longer for things to materialize. Like I ran this for 3 days, and it was only seen by 186 people. But if you look at the top here, if I go to um, where is this? So Lavelle ran for 5 days, and it reached 849 people, and I have some sense of where it's going to end up possibly. doTERRA ran for 5 days too, 825 reach. Zedra ran for 10 days, 17 days, 17 days, 19 days. Because these were good ads. I mean, they were giving me good leads for low cost. So that's what I would do. Cool beans. Um, any other questions unrelated to ads or Facebook marketing in general, prospecting, anything? And yes, so I generated 115 leads, but now I'm trying to call these leads now. So I had to shut it off because I just couldn't keep up with the leads coming in, as well as other things I was working on. So I shut it off, and I'll turn it back on probably next week or so when I'm done with these 115 leads and making these calls. Um, but um, but yeah, it's great. When you can dial it in and know where the sweet spots are, and you can turn it on and turn it off. It's powerful. And the lead cost will fluctuate, right? It just totally depends on what the traffic is like on Facebook on a given day, or given week, and what the competition is like on Facebook. Okay. Let's go. I was going to show you you probably have seen this, but the audience insights is another cool thing that you might want to leverage as you're playing your audience, and you can use this also for free marketing too, right? So if I you can leverage to find out some targeted audiences that you want to reach. You can use this for even prospecting. So if I pare this down a little bit, and um, I want to look at people who um, who have an interest in Todd Falcone, for instance, right? Just get a sense of who they are, what kind of pages they like. Um, 67% of them are. This is all United States. 67% are women, right? They're between the ages of 25 and 54, roughly. 30% men. You get a sense of relationship status, education level, job title. But as you go deeper, you can see what kind of pages. Well, this is not going to show. It's not a minimum, not enough information for this. Um, so top cities are Chicago and New York. Activity. You can tell, like, if they're engaged, if they engage on social media. What I wanted to show you was the different page likes that people would follow. So let me find a bigger audience. Maybe Ray Higdon. Let's see. Yeah, so there's a good one. Maybe. Just double check. This might not be the Ray Higdon we're talking about. Nope. All right, let's go Network Marketing Pro. That's always the easy one. All right, so with Network Marketing Pro, we can actually see the various pages and categories that people are also involved with and they like. So if we're on social media and we want to find pages that we want to, engage with and find new prospects to talk to, well, maybe just opening up the Slight Edge or Randy Gage fan page and Caleb Maddox, right? And seeing what the conversation's like on these pages and starting to engage with people. I'm not sure what's going to be like on here, but you can start to prospect people in different places, right? Instead of using this is more of a Facebook prospecting concept. Um, uh, Picking groups and pages that aren't so network marketing, right? Network marketing groups, you can find books, the Slight Edge. Maybe you read the Slight Edge and you can actually start engaging with some people on this page. Maybe the Randy Gage fan club page, seeing what he's posting there and engaging with people here. Most people are on, Eric Worre's page. They're in the network marketing spammy groups. On these pages, you can actually have real conversations with people and get some high quality people to join you in business. Caleb Maddox is another one. Young kid, crazy, superstar entrepreneur. But you can engage with these folks and build relationships, start conversations, and move them along the process, whether it's to your network marketing company, MLSP, or whatever. Wes asks, do you tweak images or text ever? I do. And actually, so here's what I would do sometimes. Sometimes I actually test two images against each other. So, just see how they play. I'll do that sometimes. I'll tweak language if if I'm not getting any responses, right? So if the headline seems a little bit bland and I'm not getting any responses from it or leads from it or engagement from it, I might try something different. I wouldn't change more than one variable in your ad because you won't know what change made the difference. Sorry, that's my dog again. So I would change one thing in your ad. So if you want to test a new headline, change the headline only and see what happens there with your ad results. If you think it's the image, maybe testing a new image maybe running two ads alongside each other might be the answer, right? So testing, one ad with one headline and the other ad with another headline. Again, it all depends, right? The market will tell you. The market will decide what it likes and what it doesn't like. I had an ad running, a likes ad running, and I had two images and two backgrounds. And for one audience, image A resonated with them. For another audience, image B and text B resonated with that audience. So you just don't know what's gonna resonate best with your audience. The only thing I can say is just test, and the market will decide. Um, so yeah, so being creative, and that's where we have to get more creative with our ads because everyone is targeting Eric Worre, everyone is targeting like Network Marketing Pro and Ray Higdon and these other pages and stuff. You want to be got to be more creative with your advertising as well as prospecting, right? Because we're all in the same place. Not saying it's saturated because it never will be saturated, but your cost will be higher the more competition it is with the Facebook ads, and you also will meet when you're doing Facebook prospecting. You'll get to engage with and interact with higher quality people outside of those network marketing groups. Okay. All right. We'll hang out for any more questions. Again, like I said before, I am doing a Facebook ads mastermind very soon. If you want information about that, definitely shoot me a quick message and we can talk about that. Hope you got some value out of this live stream. I do these every Tuesday at 9 for my Trailblazers group, and so this is being simulcast in our private group as well. But if you have questions, hang out for a few more moments, and then, yeah, we'll call it a night. All right, not seeing any questions coming in. Awesome. Definitely hope you got some value out of this live stream. I'm going to go ahead and call us a wrap. If you do have questions, put them in the comments below. I'll get to them, later on tonight or throughout the week. But thank you for being on. I appreciate it. Definitely drop a comment. Tell me you got value out of this, and I'll see you in the next live stream. Take care. Peace.